Hey, what's up everybody? Jake here and welcome to the hobby. Today we're going to be talking about Paldea Evolved, the first major expansion set for the Scarlet and Violet era. What are going to be the major chase cards that you are going to want to pick up from this Pokemon card set? It's going to be officially released on June 9th, but you can enter pre-releases as early as next week. So definitely be on the lookout for any local tournaments or events where you can crack open Paldea Evolved booster packs early. As you can see, we already got some Paldea Evolved Pokemon card products right behind us, courtesy of the Pokemon Company. Huge thanks to them for giving me some early access review products. We're going to be cracking open these booster packs next week and giving away every single one of our chase cards, so definitely be on the lookout. But without further ado, let's talk about the top cards from this upcoming set. It looks like Scarlet and Violet is going to follow the exact same beat for beat tone that the Sword and Shield era did. I guess Sword and Shield did so well, why fix something that's not really broken? What that means is that the Scarlet and Violet base set really focused on the major legendary Pokemon from Scarlet and Violet, which is Miraidon and Koraidon, while the second Pokemon card set, Paldea Evolved, is going to focus on the trio of starter Pokemons as well as some of the other pseudo-legendaries that you can find later on into the game. Very similar to Scarlet and Violet, the major chase cards inside of Paldea Evolved are going to be the illustration rares, and there's going to be a ton of really cool ones that you can pick up. The great thing about the illustration rares is that there is a variety of different designs and artistic directions that these cards feature, so you can decide which kind of aesthetic you're really going for. There's going to be some pretty goofy designs such as Ice Cube with their head stuck inside of the fridge. There's going to be some very cool and edgy designs such as Tyranitar, just looking super awesome. And there's going to be some more cute designs such as Raichu just sleeping and dozing off on the couch. So there's going to be lots of different aesthetic designs that you can go along with. I've seen people post that Heracross is their favorite artwork just because they enjoy that simplistic nature design, and I've also seen some people say that Magikarp is their favorite design just because of how epic and chaotic this Pokemon card art is. If you recognize this art, you should, because it's going to be very similar to the Giratina V that is inside of Lost Origin. Very similar art design, and that one was very popular. Magikarp is of course a super popular Pokemon from the original series, so once again, really cool designs, and there's all kinds of different artworks that is going to be popular depending on what kind of Pokemon card collector you are. You do not have to get a master set of Paldea Evolved, but I think there's enough cool cards inside of this set that regardless of what kind of collector you are, if you are on a super budget, there's still going to be plenty of affordable Pokemon cards. These illustration rares will drop down to $1 or $2 within a couple of weeks of release of this upcoming set, so it's going to be super easy to get a whole entire binder page full of cool looking Pokemon cards very easily. While the basic illustration rares are going to be fairly affordable, the next group is going to be a little bit more pricey, and that's going to be the special illustration rare, which really feature the starter Pokemon, the pseudo legendaries, as well as a couple of other Pokemon that are inside of the Paldea region. These are going to be pretty darn interesting just because the starter Pokemon all feature a storyline with the evolution art, as well as some of the legendary just being incredibly popular. My favorite of all of these has to be Chien-Pao. I think it's a super cool design, but it's going to be completely dependent on you and what kind of artistic direction that you're into. There's no right or wrong answer. All of these Pokemon cards are just really cool, and it's going to be completely based on your personal taste and your personal aesthetic, which one you're going to prefer to add inside of your collection. I know some collectors out there just collect Pokemon cards based on the vibe they get from these Pokemon cards. I have collectors out there that collect Pokemon cards based on colors. There are collectors that collect every single blue Pokemon cards, and there are collectors that only collect pink Pokemon cards. This could be you. If it is, super cool, because there's all kinds of different arts inside of these Pokemon cards that completely match with the aesthetic and collection that you're going with. The next group of Pokemon cards that you are going to want to see inside of your Paldea Evolved booster packs are going to be the Gold Secret Rare Pokemon cards. these have been a little bit hit or miss. They are still popular and they are still rare. However, they are not currently the most rare or popular chase cards inside a Pokemon card set. I think they have just been completely overshadowed by the illustration rare, just because the illustration rares tend to have a little bit more personality, aesthetically pleasing compared to the gold rares, but these gold rares should not be scoffed at all. I think the Pokemon Company has really hit a strong point with these gold rares. They really pop compared to some of the earlier gold rares that just look really bland and you can barely tell what Pokemon are inside of them. These new gold rares are kind of perfect. They have really vibrant colors, and if you can collect a whole entire set, you can very easily frame it up and they're going to look great on display. So if you're looking for some cheaper budget but still super rare Pokemon cards, don't scoff at these gold secret rares. They are very cool to display. However, the biggest chase card group for the Paldea Evolved set, personally, I think it's got to be the full art illustration rares. Some of these full art illustration rares are going to be incredibly popular. The biggest one is easily going to be the Iono card. This card is currently the most popular Pokemon card from the Japanese side, significantly more expensive than any other card from this set. And I just don't see any of the Pokemon from Paldea Evolved being able to really challenge Iono for the top spot for this Pokemon card set. Certainly some Pokemon like Skeledirge, Masquerada, and some of the other legendaries are going to be incredibly popular. I still think Iono is going to be the most popular Pokemon card from this set. Even if you're not a fan of Iono, I think there are other cool full art trainer cards inside of this set. Dendra is going to be a favorite of mine. I just thought Dendra was a really cool teacher, as well as Grusha. Grusha's art looks really nice and is definitely going to be one that I want to add inside of my collection. Easily, the full art special illustration rares have been a major hit for the Scarlet and Violet series, and I think that is going to continue with being the top chase cards from this set is probably going to be the Iono card. Some of the other special illustration rare Pokemon cards can definitely reach the top, as well as a couple of the other full art trainer cards. Dendra is going to be a strong second place in terms of the special illustration trainer cards, but I would not be sad if I pulled any of these special illustration rares. And with the pull rates for Scarlet and Violet being known, I think Paldea Evolved is going to have a very similar pull rate. So what can you expect? You can probably expect 1 to 2 special illustration rares inside of your booster box, and maybe even a single gold secret rare cards. The pull rates for Scarlet and Violet has been fairly generous just because of how many cards are inside of it, and I think this set is going to be very similar. The most expensive card from Paldea Evolved after the dust has settled is probably going to be a $50 to $60 card at the very top, with a couple of other $20 to $30 cards sprinkled in the middle, which I think is great. This means that Paldea Evolved is going to be a affordable Pokemon card set with a ton of really cool cards going for very cheap prices, which is where I think the Pokemon Company wanted things to head in that direction, where you just don't have $100 or $200 chase Pokemon cards in these upcoming sets. But you never know, because the next expansion set that is coming out after Paldea Evolved is going to feature Charizard, and Charizard might be the first Pokemon card to break the $100 price point for Scarlet and Violet. Who knows? That is well deep into the future, a couple of more months away, so we're going to be talking about that when the time comes. But for now, definitely be on the lookout for Paldea Evolved. This is going to be a fun Pokemon card set, and I can't wait to see what I pull from my booster packs. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time.